123,028,834. 123,028,834 people across the world have contracted the coronavirus, and that number continues to increase as I speak. In order to combat this spread of COVID-19, countries have adopted various measures, each experiencing varying degrees of success. Some, like South Korea, have prioritized safety and gone into lockdown, rigorously implementing legislative restrictions. Others, like Sweden, have emphasized on the preservation of liberties, providing social distancing recommendations rather than concrete laws. To more effectively hinder the virus and achieve SDG 16, a balance of public safety and civil liberty must be promoted. I believe that this goal can be attained through the pursuit of three essential factors. First, transparency. Our current society is plagued with uncertainty and fear as rumors and misinformation regarding the virus heighten day by day. In these circumstances, it is crucial to preserve the government's credibility, which hinges greatly on transparency. For instance, last April, the Chinese government kept the information of the coronavirus private. Consequently, they lost a significant amount of trust from the member states in addition to the general public. To preserve the trust between the citizens and government, the government must constantly disseminate accurate information and counter the growing surge of misinformation. Second, communication. Especially in the midst of a pandemic, where we are already physically isolated. Active communication to prevent further polarization is vital. The citizens and government should regularly share their opinions and demands on the solutions to address the coronavirus. This would allow for misconceptions to be cleared and deeper understanding of both perspectives to be reached. Let's take the example of Capitol Hill, wherein hundreds of Donald Trump supporters were inflicted massive damage to the building and individuals within it due to a devastating lack of political dialogue. We have already seen how harmful missing communication can be. Let us not pave the way for more. Third, compromise. As seen from the conferences at the UN, time after time, positive change can only be brought when we compromise on certain values. As citizens of a community, our civil liberty is important, but we have to meet the government halfway. It's only when we pursue a similar balance of both that we can prevent the pandemic from worsening and all our liberties from being compromised. It is essential that we stop the spread here. Today, I accentuated the three factors governments and citizens should pursue: transparency, communication, and compromise. While the pandemic and its effects have been devastating, it also presents an opportunity to focus on redefining and pursuing a peaceful, inclusive, and democratic society. I certainly believe that through the active promotion of these principles, a stable balance of interests and values can be achieved. Thank you.
Was an awesome presentation, Hyeonbin. And Professor, if you have a question, please ask her.
Sorry about that. I muted myself again.
Yep.
Thank you, Hyeonbin. I have a question for you. This is kind of a moral dilemma question. In the United States, early on in the pandemic, CDC head Dr. Anthony Fauci lied to the American public about the necessity of wearing face masks, but he lied because he wanted to preserve PPE, personal protective equipment for frontline workers. and he was afraid that if he had told the truth about the need for masks, that there wouldn't be enough for frontline workers, doctors, nurses, etc. However, this has sown some distrust between the citizens and the government. And I guess my question to you is, do you think, in your opinion, is it okay for a government to lie to its people if it's doing it for the right reasons?
I mean, I guess it really depends on the definition of a right reason, right? I think in the case of the government official lying about the masks, I think that was not morally correct. In that, while I do believe that frontline workers should get prioritized while receiving the masks, I don't think that this justifies the government to completely eliminate the other citizens from getting the protection by purchasing masks. Because I think governments can, while it may take some time, governments can always issue calls for companies to produce at a much rapid rate, and they can also import. So I think that would have been a better solution rather than trying to exclude the citizens. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Yeah.
All right, thank you.